Two oceans, endless wilderness, and a heartbeat that drums to the rhythm of nature. Welcome to a place where the earth still breathes, where fiery volcanoes touch the sky and the cloud forest hides its deepest secrets. Here, it is not man who reigns, but life itself. In every second, every breath, every cry of the jungle, this is not a vacation, this is an awakening. Costa Rica, Pura Vida in its most powerful form. Costa Rica, the small country with an area of only around 51,000 square kilometers, is located halfway between North and South America. It is even slightly smaller than Bavaria and Germany, framed by the Caribbean Sea to the east, the Pacific Ocean to the west, Nicaragua to the north, and Panama to the south. It lies entirely in the tropics between the 8 and 11 degrees of north latitude. Due to its geography, with tropical lowlands, the Central Valley and high mountains with peaks up to 3,820 meters high, it nevertheless has 12 different microclimates. This special features makes it one of the most biodiverse countries on earth. It has everything an adventurous heart desires: evergreen rainforests, beautiful sandy beaches, and a flora and fauna that could only be found in a very few places on our planet. Join us for the next episodes on our 2-week adventure through this fascinating country. Our 5th day started with a tour of Manuel Antonio National Park. Covering 60 square kilometers, it is home to many different ecosystems: rainforest, beaches, mangroves, and coastal areas. The wildlife has a lot to offer: capucine monkeys, howler monkeys, squirrel monkeys, 2- and 3-toed sloth, iguanas, snakes, frogs, over 340 species of birds, and countless plants. Only a limited number of visitors are allowed per day, so it is essential to book tickets in advance. After nearly 7 kilometers and around 200 meters of elevation gain, we had seen pretty much everything in the park. Now we continued on our way. We still had 170 kilometers to go. From Quepos we drove to Puntarenas and took the ferry to Paquera, where we arrived after dark and spent the night. On day 6 we drove from Paquera to Samara. The approximately 150 kilometer route was again very varied and offered a lot to discover. Our first stop was the Montezuma waterfall. An absolutely worthwhile destination to cool off a little bit. The waterfalls are very inviting. There is a lower waterfall and, for those who want to climb a little further up, an upper one. On our way we passed the small town of Santa Teresa. However, it was a little too crowded for us there. The whole place looked like a single construction site and the traffic chaos was immense. We only made a short stop, walked a little along the beach and then drove on. Water is never far away in Costa Rica. Most of the time you either have to cross it or even drive through it. A river is always a welcome way to cool off. We are not the only ones who feel that way. We were lucky, the water levels were mostly very low and crossing them was no problem. At one of the next stops we did get a little nervous. A large sign warned that the water crossing was not without its challenges. Anyone who didn't feel confident should call the number and a farmer from across the way would come and drive the car through the river. But it quickly became apparent that the water level was quite low here too. If you choose the right track, it remains relatively shallow. You may be wondering why I drove in a zigzag pattern here, but the other spots would have been significantly deeper. In addition to rivers and beautiful beaches, Costa Rica has also some very special swimming spots. We heard about a natural stone pool that had formed in the rocks and was supposed to be accessible at low tide. So we set out to find it and we were rewarded when we did. We spent the next day at this wonderful beach too, simply enjoying the time. Glorious weather, a fantastic sea and a secluded beach where you could park your car right next to it. We can highly recommend Samara in general. A beautiful place, small, cozy and with everything you need. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video.